This. Good morning, my man.
Morning. Late
Sorry I'm
morning.
late, but yeah, very, very late morning. What's a brew?
It's okay. Oh, Invader Coffee, of course.
Well, what kind of Invader coffee, dude? What's the brew?
It's the Day of the Dead Mexican blend.
So we're going Mexican blend today. All right, Victor posed a question in the chat, and I know we can spend a couple of hours on this, but you already saw the question, didn't you?
I saw the question.
Where do we start?
I will take a noodle armed Chad Pennington over Zach Wilson.
He said noodle armed. There's no
dead,
lion.
Dead armed Chad Pennington. Oh my gosh. Respect to Chad Pennington, by the way.
Yes, much.
Dearly beloved New York Jets legend quarterback. Should have taken that team to a Super Bowl. At least one Super Bowl in that 2000s era with Herman Edwards. Should have done
at least one.
At least one.
Why couldn't y'all win with noodle arm Mark Sanchez, who actually beat Peyton Manning on his own turf?
Because Rex Ryan made the fatal mistake of letting him loose. After 2010, when they almost went to the Super Bowl again, Rex Ryan said, "Okay, we're going to let this kid loose," and I totally abandoned the ground and pound. And once he did that, it was
downhill from there.
Sharp decline.
Downhill from there.
Might have
I mean, twice they played Indianapolis. Twice.
Yep. Lost to him once, beat him in the wild card in 2010.
Beat him in the wild card, lost him in the AFC championship.
Then it went to New England.
Then
beat
they
New England in their house.
They beat them,
not just beat them,
smoked them,
spanked them,
spanked them.
Then they went to Pittsburgh. Then they went to Pittsburgh, fell behind.
I
think it was 24-0. 24-0 came back.
Yep.
And unfortunately just ran out of time.
This is what the Jets did to New England, which made me a few $100.
Get that belt, Pooties.
I will trust. Now I know I'm digging. I would trust a broken boned Colin Kaepernick before I trust Zach Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
How bad is that?
That's bad.
What are y'all going to do at quarterback this year? Because everything
is
supposed to be centered around Aaron Rodgers.
This is day 40 of the Aaron Rodgers watch. I feel every week since they said I want to be a New York Jet, it's been the deal's gonna be done this week. The deal's gonna get done this week. The deal's gonna get done this week. It's almost the draft. Get it done. Get it done. Please, just stop holding us hostage. Stop holding us fans hostage. It's all I ask. I'm not saying it to Joe Douglas. I'm saying it to Brian, what's his face from Green Bay.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to get greedy and trying to get a first round pick. You are not getting a first round pick. You are not getting number 13. Please hear that. Comprehend it. We'll get 2 seconds and a conditional fourth and maybe Corey Davis, and you'll like it. Spalding.
This is what I tell Green Bay.
Load him!
And just get the deal done. I can't believe it's gone this long since Aaron Rodgers himself said that he wants to play for the New York Jets. I don't think he said it.
He said it out loud. I just feel like they have.
He did say it out loud.
He'd said it out loud, which is the first time anyone has probably said it out loud. I want to play for the New York Jets.
And now a selection from the Wonder Bear Choir entitled "Are You Crazy?" Somebody actually said aloud they wanted to play for the New York Jets.
Yep.
What the hell happened?
Let's see. The 2021 draft happened. That's what 2022 draft happened. That's what happened. Honestly, I think it's the 2022 draft. Every pick just seemed to hit right on the money. From Sauce Gardner.
Yep.
Jermaine Johnson, Garrett Wilson. You get two of the rookies of the year on the same team. It's only happened 3 times, and this past year happened to have it. It should have been Breece Hall. Unfortunately,
his
saw
injury
it happen in Denver. But yeah, the 2022 draft happened, and things just started to come together. And now he's got a defense that's going to be, oh boy. I got you laughing. I don't know why, but
no, that's why I'm laughing right there.
Sorry, Poppy. It's gonna happen.
No, and this is why I'm laughing as well. And then on
Monday,
top of that,
Victor, it's Monday. Come on, stop cussing on Monday.
This coffee with McCarthy is brought to you by Aaron Rodgers Vapes, providing you with that championship flavor all year round, except in January. That's why I'm laughing, because I saw that. And it just puzzles me. And nothing against the Jets, but it just puzzles me why Aaron Rodgers opened his mouth and said aloud he wants to play for the New York Jets. What?
Yeah. The Woody Johnson, Robert Saleh, Joe Douglas must have said the right things to convince him to want to come to New York. I don't know what those comments were. We'll find out. We'll find out once the trade goes through.
Was Ayahuasca involved?
I doubt it. I think Robert Saleh is one of those clean living dudes.
Yeah,
clean living dudes.
And
Joe
I don't
Douglas
think
will have a beer.
And I don't think Robert Saleh had anything to do with it. I think they kept him out of the room with the ayahuasca going wild.
Allegedly.
Kevin Wilson joins us and he says,
"Hey,
he
Kevin,"
said it and then has disappeared of late. Where is he now? In a dark room. Oh,
probably on a darkness retreat again.
You beat me to it. That's what I was thinking. I didn't say it a lot. A darkness retreat.
I suspect he'll probably be on McAfee on Wednesdays. He's usually on there on Wednesdays, I think. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
But who cares? A deal is not done. What are you doing appearing on the?
I sort of care. I mean, right now I'm focusing on the draft because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I care. I want to see a Super Bowl appearance in my lifetime.
And you said sort of care.
Only because I'm half caring because I get like I said last week. This is a tempered. My enthusiasm is tempered until it goes through. Until it goes through. Yeah, meanwhile, I've got a bone to pick with you and Cole.
What? So
this weekend I was on a retreat of my own, not a darkness retreat, a church men's retreat. So we were in, I set up. I was doing the arrangements for the.
Did you start laughing?
Hold on. I'm getting to it.
Okay.
So every time I was doing the arrangements for our worship set, because I was doing the slides for the songs, and every time I saw the word "king" appear in a song, in the back of my head, I heard Cole. No, sorry, not Cole. Ray say "Kang." I'm like, I started chuckling. And I started chuckling. I'm like, curse you, Cole and Snowman. Ugh. The resurrected Kang is resurrecting me. Oh, great. There you go, Cole. There's some more material for Pastor Bishop.
So you know what's coming next.
This moment of bronze sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronze sexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YO-KANG. Real LJPM. Now approve all this.
Meanwhile, Jesus is in heaven. Like, I don't support that at all. Did that come out of the building fund?
Or did that go into the building fund?
I think it came out of the building fund. I was fearing. I think I mentioned.
So you were getting set up.
I was getting set up, and we're doing the song, and all of a sudden I hear Kang instead of King. I was going to ask for the hot seat, but not this morning. Not this morning. It's a new month.
That's why I played that ad, so you can get it out of your system like I did.
Yeah. And I think I mentioned in the chat a few weeks ago when they talked about the building fund. I was like, oh, in a suburban church, it's called stewardship lessons. So I was gonna thought we were getting a stewardship lesson. Great
stewardship lesson.
Oh my gosh.
Andrew back in the house with us. Victor's brother was jumping up and down. Your brother was acting a fool at the vestry.
My king. I love you.
And now that phone number is going to play in Ryan's mind all day. Call 1-800 YO-KANG.
I don't do it as good as Cole. Nobody can top Cole in that.
No one can top. I don't even try to top Cole in doing that. He voiced it perfectly. And you notice he put when he said 1-800, there was a pause.
Yes.
While you're waiting for the rest of the number to come up.
Well done. Well done.
And the way, Victor wrote the ad.
Yeah.
See, Vicala wrote the ad. And Cole visualized it, and that face you saw when you saw the phone number get ready to pop up. I could see you giggling every time the word king pops up, and you think of this.
Yeah, that's what I thought of. The resurrected Kang has resurrected me. There you go.
And Victor says, "Hey, at least you didn't hear anything about the evil creature." Stop!
I would have to summon Mr. Boom Shakalaka himself to send her back to Hades. Send that creature back to Hades. Oh.
Why? How'd she ever leave? How'd she ever get out of hell anyway? Because the first time I saw that picture, and then we killed you on your vacation in North Carolina.
Yeah. Cole killed me. Somehow I got resurrected, and I'm still around.
All I can remember was you going dead, and come back to you.
At least I died in a happy place.
Yes, you were on the beaches of North Carolina. But see,
my body's still there, but my soul left.
Yes, your soul left. Speaking of soul, besides Breece Hall being resurrected, what are y'all going to do at that quarterback position?
We discussed it. I don't know why we're still on this.
Because it's funny.
Because it's a tragedy comedy. That's what it is.
Yes, there you go.
It's a tragic comedy.
A tragic comedy.
That's what the if Shakespeare wrote a play that was an epic, it would be the New York Jets franchise. That's what it would be.
Where is Joe?
And I'm a
Benucci
fan.
when you need
And
him?
I'm a fan. I'm
I
a
know that.
lifelong fan.
I know that.
Ugh. That's what kills
a
me the most.
lifelong fan that hasn't seen the Super Bowl with his beloved team.
Nope. See him come close a handful of times and can never go there.
First, it was John Elway in the Bill Parcells era. Then you beat Peyton Manning in his house. You roll up Tom Brady in his house,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get the clothesline from hell in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
And just ran
Still
out of time
hurts.
trying to
It still
yeah,
hurts.
duh.
The same situation, same thing happened with the year before. They rolled up Phil Rivers in San Diego.
You beat Phillip Rivers in San Diego.
I'm trying to remember who they beat next.
It was Indy and then San Diego.
No, they lost to Indy in the championship in 2009. They
That's
were up
right.
at halftime. They were up at halftime, 17-3. I think Braylon Edwards long touchdown, and then they just
And then
couldn't put it together in the second half.
And then all hell broke loose in the second half.
Yep.
So what do y'all do with what do y'all do in the draft? Who do you see? All right, here's an impact question. And I have a few of these in mind, but then we got distracted by a certain ad.
They beat Cincinnati. They beat Cincinnati first.
Cincinnati, there it is.
Because they had because I remember that game too, because Chad Johnson said he would change his name back to Chad Ochocinco.
Said he would change his name back to Chad Johnson.
To Chad Johnson if he got no touchdowns against Darrelle Revis. And in two consecutive weeks, the season ending, and then going to Cincinnati and beating Cincinnati at their own place.
No
Revis
touchdown.
Island was alive.
Yes, and well.
That's when Revis Island became a thing. Became Revis Island. Then they go to San Diego, beat San Diego.
Oh, y'all had no business beating San Diego. And yes, it's the San Diego Chargers, not the Los Angeles Chargers, but the San Diego Chargers.
At old Qualcomm Stadium, aka Jack Murphy Stadium.
Jack Murphy Stadium. Funny thing about Brumble, I wrote that ad with Cole's voice in mind. So what do y'all do in the draft? What do y'all do in the draft to get over the hump?
That's a great question.
How do y'all get over the hump, which right now is Patrick Mahomes,
yes,
and Kansas City, to face Brock Purdy and the 49ers? And yes, I'm putting a bold prediction out there.
They have a few holes to fill, particularly offensive line. They're still trying to figure things out there. They added some depth during the offseason. I think they'll add that kid Skoronski from Northwestern, that tackle.
Yes.
They think they put him on the left side. Mekhi Becton go to the right side. And I think they drafted
better on the right. I think Becton's better on the right side.
Oh, absolutely.
I think Becton is better on the right side.
Or you bring in, because Dwayne Brown's playing the left side. And then they convinced him to stay another year. And then you put Becton on the left. Then you put Becton on the right side.
I'm sorry, the way you just threw that in there. Oh, they convinced him to stay another year. Eric Wallace in the house with us. Good morning, Eric. My goodness.
My other play. They probably add another defensive lineman or add another linebacker because CJ Mosley, he had a great year last year, but his coverage game is suspect at best. Yeah. So I think they add another linebacker to not so much add additional motivation, but to hedge as an insurance policy.
Is this a make or break year for Robert Saleh?
Yes. If they can't get the quarter, that's the one thing that the Jets. I mean, there were two positions that were key last year for the Jets that totally let them down. Offensive line, and quarterback. Those are the two positions that let them down last year. They couldn't afford to have injuries at offensive line last year,
Because you were
That's
thin
when
enough going. You were thin enough going into the season.
They were already thin. Yeah, they were already thin going into the season.
You were thin going into the season. Y'all were thin at offensive line going into the season, and then that happened.
Yeah. And then Zach Wilson gets hurt in the preseason, and he had Joe Flacco for the first 4 weeks. And then Zach Wilson's game went to Hades in the New England game. And
did it ever survive Hades? That's what I want to. Did it ever survive Hades? I don't think it did.
Actually, come to think of it, I'm not sure because Mormons don't believe in Hades. So maybe it went to another planet.
True as you are, but I hate you for that comment. True as you are. True as you are. I hate you for that. But it's, hey, I offer no argument. I know quite a few Mormons. I offer no argument.
And they're lovely people. Let's not get twisted here. They're lovely people.
Yeah, they are.
And they put on a great musical too. I actually had one couple of guys come to my door one time, and I said, I loved your play. And they just chuckled. They just like, oh, it's a great one.
If it survived Hades, we wouldn't be asking who we'd be taking over Zach Wilson.
That's actually pretty true. Yeah.
It's the truth.
It's a fact.
I don't know how Zach Wilson was good at BYU, if you want to call him good at BYU, and then he gets to the New York Jets, and
this is why we don't depend on a pro day for your scouting.
Thank you.
Lesson learned. Don't depend on one day, one outing for a pro day at a university.
Which is going to kill.
Which I believe fall in love.
Which I believe it's going to kill C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young. I think it's going to kill those two because I said here, I don't think they're ready. And yet everyone is so enamored with their pro day that they're going to go 1-2 in terms of quarterbacks in the draft because Carolina is looking hard at C.J. Stroud. And I believe that's the person they're going to wind up taking.
I would have thought they fell in love during the national semifinal.
Mm-hmm.
Because Stroud had a pretty good game up until the fourth quarter.
Up until the fourth period.
Yeah.
Up until the money period. That should tell you everything right there. That should tell you everything right there. Stroud was killing Georgia in the national semifinal. And then he let his foot off the pedal for 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
One final question. Where do you think Stetson Bennett lands? I'll pose that to the chat as well because I'm going to do a draft special that entire weekend. And
he's definitely not a first rounder.
No.
Definitely not a first round. I think he winds up between third and fourth round.
Same with Max Duggan.
Yeah.
And I'm focusing on these two because they were the national championship quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. So, let me think.
So why third round for Stetson Bennett?
I think it was his age.
Okay.
I think he's all. Was he 24, 25?
24, I think.
All right.
I think he's 24. And why?
He's 25.
He's 25.
He's 25. October 1997.
And
I think he winds up with the Bills.
Really?
I think so.
Does he take over for Josh Allen?
I don't think he takes over for Josh Allen, but he'll be a steady backup. He's I think he's built for that kind of system. The only thing the Bills really need is a bell cow running back. And they didn't. If they had picked up Christian McCaffrey like I thought they should have before the trade deadline last year, it's a different result in the Super Bowl. They would have beaten Kansas City in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And they would have won the Super Bowl.
You know, I can't argue that.
And it's funny, every Bills fan I talk to agrees. They said, yeah, we needed a running back to take the pressure off Josh Allen.
Christian McCaffrey? Why did they not make an
thing,
over-the-top offer for Christian McCaffrey.
that's the thing too. He was on the cheap.
Yes.
He came on the cheap. The Panthers would have retained half that salary, and he would have been a bargain. He would have been a bargain.
Would have been, but he's a big-time bargain for Frisco.
Yep.
And they're going to re-sign him for a hell of a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, they're positioning themselves right now, especially with them jettisoning Garoppolo, and that was a cost-cutting move, to pay Nick Bosa and Christian McCaffrey, because we got our guy in Brock Purdy. I don't care what people say about, you need to give Trey Lance a chance. Trey had his chance and he screwed it up. Now, do I wish injury on anyone? No. But Trey screwed himself with his quote unquote showcase game at North Dakota State, because he didn't perform well there.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't perform well there. This is Ryan McCarthy. He joins us every Monday for Coffee with McCarthy, an extended version. And I will not play that Hooked on Bronix thing again. I promise I won't. What am I talking about? Yes, I will. I know.
Come on. You know you will. You know you're gonna.
Well, hell. Let's get it out the way.
This moment of bronze sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronze sexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YOKAY. Real LJPM. Now approve all this.
That face with the phone number. We'll leave it there. Thanks, Ryan. Love you, brother. Appreciate it.
One more question.
Yes.
One more question for you.
Yes.
How do you feel about the first couple of days of baseball?
We split with the Astros. I'm good.
Okay.
We split. Look, we weren't even supposed to win a game in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
And we bookended it. We took the first one. We took the last one. Now, the middle two, Yordan Alvarez killed us.
Yeah.
Let me just be real.
Yeah.
The world champs were the world champs in the middle two games. Yordan Alvarez killed us. But as I said after Thursday, you just might have seen a preview of the ALCS.
Okay.
Dylan Cease versus Framber Valdez. Matching each other pitch for 7 innings. Now, do we have a long way to go? Yes. But what I hope is that the Chicago Cubs lose the rest of their games the rest of this season.
The one thing about baseball season that kills me it's in the beginning, it's great because it's like, all right, it's a new season. This is great. And by October, you're ready to just
get
out of the way to the playoffs. Like, I just want to be
just
done.
over it. Yes. you're over it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're over it.
Yeah.
You're absolutely over. By the time September gets here, you're over it.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, get to the finish line already. Can we see some playoff baseball? Get to the finish line already.
For sure.
Oh. What about you? What are your thoughts on opening week?
Yankees took 2 out of 3 from the Giants. The two wins were shutout wins.
Yes.
This was a great pitching performance yesterday from their rookie. Trying to remember his name off the top of my head. I watched the highlights yesterday before I went to bed. So
the
I watched
coming from a couple of bald guys' heads trying to remember names.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah. Hold on, it's coming up. Joel Brito, Johnny Brito. They had a couple in Johnny Brito. Well, they had a. He's one of their prospects, the pitching prospects. Yankees had some.
Brito and
Carlos Rendon is still injured. Luis Severino
Carlos
on the IL.
Rendon is done. I hate to say this about a former White Sox pitcher who gave us a lot of great memories in 20 and 21, but Carlos Rodon is finito. Carlos Rodon is finished. And I hate saying that because I loved watching him pitch, but he could never get his motion right. Carlos Rodon is the new version of Chris Sale.
Ooh.
And I hate saying that because they both bore Southside pinstripes.
I just hope doesn't have an injury like Sale where he falls off his bike and he breaks his wrist
and loses 2 years.
And loses 2 years because of what? Tommy John, and then riding his bike and falling off and breaking his wrist.
Then falling off his bike.
Ugh.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I shouldn't play this next thing, so I'm just gonna usher McCarthy out of here. No, I'm kidding. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the time. Love you. Thanks, man.
All right, take care.
I'm going to do something I did at the top of the show, but hour 2 starts right now. Time for hour 2 of this spectacular. Ryan McCarthy now joins us this morning.
That's what you need to do to beat Josh Allen. You need to make him uncomfortable.
Hour 2, time for some Spivey notes. And here's Jay.
Well, I know he's only in his 3rd year, but they're just wasting Justin Herbert.
Hour 2,
the hardest working content creator I know, the playmaker.
Hey, LeBron James, the greatest scorer of all time. Hey.
Hour 2,
the one, the only Christopher Dietz.
They rewarded Ohio State for not playing, and they punished USC for playing.
Hour 2, Sam Shady.
Oh, man. It's been a roller coaster ride if you were a Philadelphia Stars fan.
Hour 2, that's Big Ben, the man in charge of the BS3 network.
And if I see Kurt 2 Chainz Cousins out.
Hour 2, Chris Bay's joining us.
Oh my God, this game. Oh, way to go, Sammy.
Hour 2, was El Jefe.
Oh man, I thought I missed it.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Time for hour 2 of this spectacular, and it starts right now. 10 after the hour, and Jay Spivey will join us at the bottom of the hour, but I'm going to do something I haven't done in a while. For this segment and this segment only, if you want to come up and ask a sports question, come on up, and we'll have a discussion. Jay Spivey, as I mentioned, is due at the bottom of this hour. I will pose a question to the chat. Matter of fact, let me go to the Fanatics feedback zone right now. The link is in the chat. If y'all want to come up and talk for a little bit, I would trust a current age Brett Favre over Zach Wilson. Oh, geez. Victor's with us this morning from Chicago. What's up, Victor?
What's up?
What's your question?
Well, besides pray, what do the Bears and the Cowboys need to do to return to prominence?
You just answered your own question.
Besides prayer, and lots of it.
You just answered your own question.
Jesus. Is that bad?
Come on, you're talking about a team. You're talking about 2 teams that basically tanked.
The only problem is that the Cowboys tanked in disguise.
Yes.
But let's tank on one of the grandest stages in the divisional round of the playoffs this past year.
They tanked as a 12-5 team.
How do you do that? Come on now.
Who are we talking about here?
It's something I was going to do if I ever got a chance to give the Cowboys a reality check. And I'm going to start with a quote from John Cena. For over
wait. What did you say you were going to give them?
Well, I'm going to give the Cowboys, but more importantly, Cowboys fans, a reality check.
Let's do that right now. A reality check courtesy of a fan. Go with it.
I want to start with a quote from John Cena when he was talking about CM Punk. For over 20 years, Cowboys fans have clinged on to the title of America's team, and for 20 plus years, that title has become irrelevant. Year after year after year after year after year, you have let playoff game after playoff game pass you by.
Playoffs?
Yes. with minimal effort, and 2 years in a row now. Your self-inflicted wounds have caused you to watch the San Francisco 49ers, congrats to the 49ers, to go on to the conference championship game.
Playoffs? Playoffs?
It astounds me how a fan base who's supposed to be so knowledgeable at sports can sit there, look at the idiocy on the field, and say, next year.